I know obviously there's so many people out right now.
Right.
They're playing a shell of a team, but are the Ravens done?
Last week, I said they wasn't done.
You changed your mind?
I thought Harbaugh was going to rally the guys.
Yeah.
And they was just going, come out with a great game plan. It's over with for them boys, Kenzie. Mm-hmm. They are done.
Big fork.
The defense is way too bad. I know they missing their guys at all levels. They missing their guy on that level, secondary linebacker, D-line.
Yeah.
But you still can't be that bad.
35 points a game.
That shit was
crazy.
Terribly bad, blown coverages. Man-to-man, guys just flat out getting roasted. This mano-y-mano. Like, he can't call zone, he can't call man, we can't stop the run. I don't think it's guys just probably it just look checked out to me. Y'all never seen the Ravens look like this, you know what I'm saying? But I remember the first show though, we got to talking about Lamar, and I told y'all, you don't go to them OTAs. Hey, Lamar don't know how much he affect the team, man.
That's true.
You get the defense better when you there for OTAs, because they gotta crank their competition meters up and play against you. You know what I'm saying? You play against Cooper Rush, it might be fun and games all offseason going against Cooper Rush. You think you better than what you are. So I knew it'd be bad for the Ravens this year. I didn't know it'd be this damn bad. You know what I'm saying? Now they got the injury bug as well. And on top of that, they got the Rams coming to town. Man, you start off 1-5. Lamar gonna take his time coming back. I know he want to get back and get his numbers right. He got Hall of Fame dreams and stuff, so you don't want to just miss extra games. But he gonna make sure that hamstring right before he come back. They lose these next games. So I'll stick a fork in them, man. Them boys is done. It's too hard to come back from 1-4. Then you got one of the top teams in the NFC coming to town, 1-5. It's over with.
Yeah, and I didn't play on. You can lose. Losing games happens in the NFL, but there's a way to lose. Like, you lose games, like Keith said, they just look uninspired.
Yeah.
Like, they don't look like they went out into a home game like we got to defend our home and play with some pride.
Yeah.
At some point, it has to kick in. Yes, I play for the Baltimore Ravens, but I'm from Southside Oklahoma City. When I step on the field, everybody sees GK. That's what they grew up calling me. So when they see me, they don't see G-Mac, Gerald McCoy, whatever. They see that guy. So when I go on the field, the pride that I play with is bigger than just I'm a Buccaneer or I'm a Panther or whatever. Man, at some point, you got to play for your name and who you are. And they just look uninspired.
Yep.
And that winning pedigree and that historic play like a Raven style is like it's just non-existent, man. And I understand missing your Hall of Fame quarterback or your MVP quarterback. But I go look at Keeman won the Super Bowl. Trevor Siemian's the guy the next year. You can play without your quarterback being in there if the rest of the group rally together. Mm-hmm. Keeman was the number 4 scoring defense. They had the 22nd ranked offense, but the number 4 scoring defense because they said, no, Peyton is not over there, but we still have winning pedigree. We got to come together. Now, they are missing over $100 million worth of players right now. They're out. However, we talked about culture, and when a culture's set, you play a certain way. And yesterday, they did not play like we look at them and say, dang, if they just had their guys. I don't know if they had their guys or how this would be looking. It just, they looked uninspired like they had played.
Yeah, they had 2 games ago. They had them all.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, they just look uninspired, man. Yeah, they done. I've been on teams like this. I ain't never played with a Lamar Jackson.
We was on the same teams like this.
We was on teams like this where you just know, like, nah, man, that's over with.
Yeah.
You know when you see it.
Yeah, I mean, the injury bug, the defense wasn't playing well before the injuries, but now you're missing guys up front, linebackers, guys in the secondary, you're missing your starting left tackle, you got $100 million sitting over there on the bench. You know, no Lamar, no shot. And then you factor in all the other injuries.
Right.
But yesterday was uninspired. I said that they were on life support. They flatlined. They looked terrible yesterday. And Houston, they found their way a little bit with the offense, but they are not juggernauts. Like they shouldn't go in there.
They play good defense.
They do. Their defense is
offense.
legit. Yeah, no doubt. But they put up so many points, and that offense really has been sputtering against bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
So to go in there, get your ass kicked at home, and to look like that, I saw a couple guys. I don't want to say guys were quitting on plays, but they did not look motivated.
Agreed.
They did not look hungry.
Yep.
They did not.
Same thing.
They did not look like Ray Lewis and Bart Scott and Terrell Suggs and Ed Reed out there flying around making plays. So yeah, just looking at that game yesterday, I've been on bad teams, and when you see that, when you feel that, sitting at 1-4 with the injuries, there's no path to the playoffs for this team.
I got to quadruple the emotion here. I'm with you guys. I've been doing this for a long time, and I didn't carefully watch that game yesterday because I quit watching it because it was unwatchable.
Mm-hmm.
In my career, I don't think I've seen anything as shocking as what I saw yesterday from the Baltimore Ravens at home play like a Raven at home.
Yeah.
A Raven? I saw Rex Ryan on ESPN say that the Ravens have now given up 177 points. When Rex was coaching there, I think he was the linebackers coach in 2000, Ray Lewis's defense gave up 163 points for the whole season. So 177 through 5 games versus 163 through 16 games. That was the standard that got set by the 2000 Ravens. And then that happened. C.J. Stroud had played the Ravens 3 times in his fairly young career and never scored an offensive touchdown against the Ravens. And yesterday, they hung 44 on the Ravens. 44? And I look at the yards, 417 to 207. And I like Cooper Rush. I think he's pretty good. And he was pretty awful because everything around him was so awful. And he threw 3 picks. A couple of them you could say weren't really his fault. One was just tipped into it. But it was the all-time humiliation game for a great franchise to hit bottom like that. And John Harbaugh said after the game, we had good enough players out there to play better than we did. Mm-hmm. So he was, he's saying, I thought we had pretty good depth, and we put them out there, and to all your points, you rise up, and we all thought, I thought they would rise up and say, no, not in our house, not today, because Houston had struggled on offense for 4 games. They really had. They had all kinds of issues. They don't have receivers. They can't run it. They can't do anything. And they hung 44 on them. And I'm saying, ultimately, I know John was asked after the game, is Zach Orr in trouble, the defensive coordinator? Are you going to replace him? And he said, no, we got to do this as a group. He gave the cliche, predictable answer. But the guy who's on the hot seat now is John, because this is year 18 for him. And I know he's done a lot of great stuff, but I'm going to go farther than you were getting there. I just thought they quit yesterday. I thought they came out on the field and their body language was, we have no chance. We cannot stop the Houston Texans in our house. We can't.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, crazy thought.
The 4th worst scoring offense.
Like exactly this year looked
and I
like
think
that.
ownership just valued Lamar so much. You know what I'm saying?
I
like
understand.
shit, we got to get over this hump. Like,
okay,
is Harbaugh gonna get us over this hump? So I agree with you, Skip. Like you might have to find somebody who can get Lamar over this hump. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Harbaugh gonna do it.
I don't either.
And to your point, what I didn't like, Jair Alexander did an interview after the game. It was like, what was with the scuffle with the ball, whatever. He was like, well, he was celebrating. He was doing Ray Lewis celebration here in our end zone, and that's not something you do.
Yeah.
He can't do the celebration if you keep him out the end zone. Don't fight after the fact. Like, don't be tough after he done already scored. Like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that he did that. Okay, what position does he play? It's a wide receiver. Position do you play? You're a corner. Like, I get that there's a tradition and there's some things that's sacred, but Like after the fact, like all that tough after the fact, man. Y'all getting man. I'm telling you, I've seen. Keith said it. We've seen that, but there comes a point in time where pride kicks in, and like Harbaugh said, we had the guys, but
They did.
But Skip. There comes a point in time where you stop responding to your coach.
You do.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So now,
That message get repetitive and repetitive
It does.
and repetitive. Like,
So is it a time for some change?
I don't know. But
I think
Somebody say it. Somebody say it.
It's all me.
Skip said it.
Skip say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fired.
Well,
Harbaugh.
put that on Skip.
So we put that on
Put it
Skip
on me.
clip.
Yeah.
And yet, the great irony to this is all the betting sites still have the Ravens as a solid favorite to win that division. They're still the favorite. It's by default because
Well, the division
Rest of
fell
the
apart.
division
The
is
division
out.
fell apart.
looking at
The division is goofy. That's why.
I mean, the
I got
Steelers
Pittsburgh.
now.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
I got
Steelers
Pittsburgh.
just need to
They're
be
playing-
average.
They're playing the best ball.
If the Steelers could be average, they're going to win that division.
100%.
No, they're not. Shit. No, they're not. You said if the Steelers.
Yeah.
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 They don't have any other
Mike
competition
Tomlin
right
gonna
now.
win
It's
that division on pedigree alone.
Yeah.
Good.
Man,
I think to throw a little more gas on the fire for Harbaugh. I love Harbaugh, right? But when you look at the Baltimore Ravens roster, they're supposed to be bigger, more physical. They're going to play together. They're going to play
Yeah.
inspired, right?
Yeah.
And that yesterday was not inspiring. That looks like a team that blew a big lead in Buffalo. That looks like a team that is lost. That looks like a team that's just like, they've given up. They have all these injuries. They don't have Lamar. They're waving the white flag. And even when Lamar does come back, they don't have enough fresh bodies to get going. Lamar is a great player, but Lamar isn't great enough to get them going. So it'll be interesting to see where they go the rest of this year. And if they do continue looking like this, I think that temperature of that seat.
Yeah.
I'm
Starts
telling you,
rising.
it get worse. It get worse than that, Skip. Me and Joe keep on saying it. Like I start the season nice 2-0-2, real in shape. We could win the chip this year. Shit, we get to about 1-7, 1-8. Ah, shit, we out on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
I'm weighing in at 111 now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It get worse. Once the team really feel like, bro, we can't make the
Domino
playoffs.
effect, man.
It really go downhill. So they about 2, maybe 3 losses away from this shit getting even worse. And it's hard to get worse than what it is right now.
Okay, so you alluded to this, but Lamar, okay, so you got the Rams coming in and you got little to no shot here, especially with this all-time horrendous defense. Does Lamar say, I'll save the day, or does he say, I'm out, I'm done? You know,
Hamstrings, it's not like I could play if I want to type injury, you know what I'm saying? If that hamstring is biting, then it's biting.
Yeah, but Harbaugh played it all the way to Friday last week, saying Lamar's iffy. You know, like he might.
I don't know how I heard it.
That's head coach speak, man.
Yeah, I don't know how I heard it.
Hamstrings them hamstrings, they do what they want.
If it's gone, it's gone.
Especially with a guy like Lamar.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they do what they want.
If I'm Lamar, I'm sitting on the sideline and I'm watching that loss to the Texans. And if he's sitting there watching the Rams kick their ass, he might come back for a little bit, but if I was him, I'd be like, we got the bodies around me.
But what about like the Hall of Fame? He's still got stats to
See,
prove.
that's what I used to think. I'm like, I know we play for the Bucks. I know we trash. But shit, I got to get healthy. I'm trying to get these picks.
Listen.
Like, I need to be available in these games. So players
Lamar could come
have
back.
their own pride.
If Lamar comes back, crushes it, he can still win MVP.
He's not
Imagine he
gonna
makes
crush it.
playoffs.
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
you
crush it.
still,
Not behind that
it
offensive line.
depends. That just depends on the guy. Like me, I didn't care. If we winning, we losing, I have pride in all the work I put in, man. Where I'm from, you don't make it to being a first round pick. That's just because it's not that we don't have talent. They're just not. Skip, you from there. They just don't come get us. So when I made it here, no, man, I'm doing everything I can to stay here. So what they're not going to do is, the Bucks may be terrible, but when they turn that tape on, they're going to say, that person jumps off the tape.
Yeah.
Right.
That was how I felt. So I don't know. We don't know about Lamar.
That's how I felt.
Ricky said he's sitting on the
That's how I felt
sideline.
too.
He said, I'm hurt, I'm tired.
If I was Lamar,
See, Richie don't get stats like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting on
He
the
can't get
sideline.
numbers. You feel me? He can't add up his numbers.
But what
so-
numbers is he going to do when they can't get Derrick Henry going? The offensive line
I mean, he
can't
been scoring
block.
30 though. He been dropping 30,
Yeah.
33 a
They
game.
get
Like
what
shit.
right now?
But now you're missing.
He getting Hall of
Staley.
Fame numbers. You know what I'm saying?
You're missing a lot more players than the last time Lamar was on the field.
When you a guy who gets stats, you're going to try to get them stats. Now, I said like my weight went up. I got unfocused, but shit, I still was trying to play well. You know what I'm saying? I might go out a couple more times because I'm like, we ain't winning shit. So my after work habits might change, but I still wanted to be available. I still was in the training room trying to get healthy if I was hurt because I know I'm on this clock. I can't play forever. I'm on this clock, and I need every game that I can get. You know what I'm saying? To rack these numbers up. You know what I'm saying? So, Richie, you don't really count no stats like that. Richie gets starts and
I mean,
pancakes.
I'm just looking.
Starts and pancakes.
Starts and pancakes. So guys who collect stats like sacks, like touchdowns, they might look at that shit a little different.
Well, the poor Ravens fans, because 90% of the chat says the Ravens are done, and the entire arena
Yeah, they done.
thinks
Yeah,
the
they outta
Ravens
there.
are done.
Done.
So
Outta there.
not much hope there. And so you were right. I know you predicted since the beginning. You were like, Lamar.